So, hello everybody. Well, I'm sitting out here playing in the mud and harvesting one of the most delicious common root crops that you uh, can grow, but you can't buy. Yes. That makes sense. And of course, you already know it's Chinese water chestnuts. You know, find them in your Chinese food everywhere. Find them in your cookies replacing macadamia nuts. And of course, find them in cans. But forget all that stuff. I'm telling you right now, guys, you have never tasted something so delicious unless you've had a fresh water chestnut that you've grown yourself. They're like nutty, sweet, awesome sweet corn. Just really delicious and super easy to grow, but yet they're still extremely rare to grow fresh here in the US for some reason, you know. So there's no reason not to grow them, guys. So grow yourself some Chinese water chestnuts. Anyway, I'm out here. I drained this tub a few days ago, and I am using it to propagate and fill up some more tubs. As you can see here, there are some little spring summer water chestnuts, and here's some little ones growing everywhere, and there's a little one growing, and there's the plants. Of course, these are just tubular looking plants, anywhere from 2 to 3 feet tall, and you basically stick them in anything that holds water, give them some soil, and fill it with water, and there you go. Chinese water chestnuts you will be growing. Really delicious. This variety is called Han Matai. It's a very large commercial variety out of China, Asia over there. And I also have a northern kind of, I guess southern from where they would be originally, southern kind of variety that is smaller and a little more starchy when it's raw. And it's super productive, but a little smaller, more starchy. These varieties, the Han Matai, are very large. I mean, sometimes as big as an egg, especially if you have good, really mucky, phosphorus-rich soil that they're growing in. They can get really good size to them. And super tasty. And that's what these are. These are the larger varieties. And anyway, like I said, they're easy to grow. Anything that holds water, put some good compost in, stick the plant in, or a corm like this, and they will grow. Now, generally, they are a fall winter crop. When the reeds start dying back is when the corms, they're putting all their energy into the corms, and they're large, they're really sweet, really good flavored. But they produce corms throughout the year. And that's what these are. These are spring, summer corms, you know. And they're not as sweet, and they'll sprout pretty much right away. So what they'll do is, even though they grow corms throughout the year, the ones that aren't the winter corms that are meant to go dormant, they pretty much will sprout right away into a new plant. And they also send out little runner shoots that they'll sprout from. And these are edible. They're just not as sweet. So I generally just leave them alone, let them sprout so they fill the container that they're in. And then I just harvest the large winter dormant corms after the plant dies back. And those, all you do is you put them in a moist Ziploc bag, paper towels, moist paper towels, store them in your fridge, or just leave them in your containers throughout the winter and harvest them as you want them. But super easy to grow, very productive. I love using these big cement trays here. This is just a big cement mixing tray. And just fill them with the compost, fill with water. And one plant will fill this big cement mixing tray during the growing season. And I normally get about 10 to 20 pounds per mixing tray. But you can do them in 5-gallon buckets. You can do them in, like I said, anything. Old water, you've got an old bathtub, you've got an old pool, whatever. The kiddie pools really work. And you don't need a lot of water, just a few inches of water to cover the soil. and they are very happy. They do not like drying out though. They gotta stay moist. And you can see what happened right here is I drained this tub because I drained it because I knew I was going to be separating them. So I dumped the water a few days ago to let it dry out some. And we've been so hot and dry that I made them a little mad, but they're fine. They'll grow back just fine once I've filled the tub with water and give them some fresh soil, fresh compost. But water chestnuts, guys, they're so delicious, but still extremely rare. And you can find the plants, you know, some people sell them. I recommend, you know, a lot of people try buying them from the store. If you can find fresh, you know, fresh water chestnuts at an Asian store. But a lot of times those have been out of water for so long, they don't really sprout and they tend to just rot if you try putting them in water, or they'll float and rot, and generally they don't sprout. I tried for years and eventually found a, you know, an Asian lady that ran a market up in Orlando, and I've actually got quite a bit of stuff from her. But anyway, she had hers in her backyard, gave me some plants, and I actually got 3 varieties from her. The Hanmatai here, the little Australian, southern, whatever you want to call it, water chestnut, a little starchy, and one she called a pig water chestnut, which is even smaller than the other two and super starchy. And I don't really grow that one. I only got like 1 pot of that one, but the other two I've got a couple, you know, bunch of. This variety, I grow these, tons of these cement mixing trays full. And I think I've covered pretty much everything, just rambling on here for you guys. So water chestnuts, right? Grow them yourself. They're super easy. Anything that'll hold water, rich compost soil, water, stick the plant in. Super productive. Zero care. There's nothing that bothers them. There's no bugs, there's no pests. The only thing you have to do is make sure they are constantly have water in them. And I normally just rely on the rain to fill my tubs up, except now we're in a pretty bad drought. So we have not had rain in about 2 months, 3 months coming now, and they're all drying out, so I have to fill them. But other than that, they require zero care, except in the fall when the plants die back, you go and harvest all those delicious water chestnuts. And I mean, they are so productive. This is a 30-gallon cement mixing tub, and I think it's 30-gallon. Yeah, it's 30-gallon. I'm trying to remember when I bought them. I got tons of them. I grow all my water plants in these, and I raise my crayfish in these. And anyway, I get anywhere from 10 to near 20 pounds of water chestnuts per tub on these. And we eat tons of them. I mean, I just leave them in there for the winter. They go dormant and dig them up as I want them. And to eat these, literally, all you do is you blanch them, boil a pot of salted water, let it boil, throw these in for about 5 minutes, you take it out, and the skin actually, these are small, they get much, much bigger. Like I said, these get, you know, the size of golf balls, the size of large eggs. And you boil them in the salted water, and the shell, it's like a shell on the outside, just you crack it off. I take a spoon, and you just crack it all off, and I literally make a bowl of them, and just put a little salt, pepper, and some butter. And guys, it is so freaking amazing. Beyond delicious. So yeah, guys, this was long enough. Grow food, grow super easy, productive, delicious things that you can't really get anywhere else. And water chestnuts are one of those, you know? You can't beat them. They're so carefree, so productive, and so delicious, you know? Just, you know, super easy to grow. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Love you. Thank you for watching. Check out the links in the description and everything below. And like, subscribe, wherever you're watching this at. And thank you for supporting us in our endeavors to encourage you to grow more food. Because it's the most important thing you could be doing right now. Not only for your health and your mind, your body, but because it's so fun and because it is so damn delicious to grow these things, right? See you later. Love you. Chinese water chestnuts. These big Han Matai variety are really delicious. Super easy to grow. And I grow tons of them. So should you. See you later.